See, this is the moment of truth for the customer. So all our policies and processes are aligned to how to make the claims process easier and faster for the customer.
We buy life insurance with the hope that we might never have to use it. But in the event of a fatality, how is it that the loved ones can avail the benefits that are entitled to them? This is the precise topic that we are going to understand today as to how to file insurance claims. So on today's episode of Finance Made Simple by Canara HSBC Life Insurance, we are joined by Mr. Ritesh Rathore, who is the Chief Customer Retention and Data Officer with the firm. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you, Akshat.
Alright, so first, very important question that in the event of a fatality of our loved ones, what is the process of filing insurance claim and what are some of the key points that people should remember?
Very important and relevant question, Akshat, and I think many of them struggle at the time of the need. So it's actually a fairly very simple process. However, it's also one of the most complicated from emotional standpoint. So we need to remember that if we have everything in order, everything in place, it's a fairly simple process, and it starts right from the time you fill up the form. So the life insured has to ensure that all the details are filled relevantly, be it the health questionnaire. It has to be filled properly and without any with proper disclosures is what we should be filling in, so that at the time of the claim there is no such issue. When it comes to the actual filling up of the form in case of an eventuality, the nominee or the loved ones who are there and for whom the promise, or for me life insurance like a promise that a person makes to their family, right? So to the loved ones who needs to take care of their financial requirement, they need to ensure that there's a simple form that needs to be filled up. All the relevant points are filled up and we don't miss any of it, be it right from the death certificate, from the time of the or the certificate of cremation, and if there are any medical history to it, all of it should be tagged along with the proper also the KYC details of the nominee, because to whom the money is going to be paid, there has to be KYC for that person, be it relevant PAN number, Aadhaar details and the bank account details. The person should be able to get the claim in very, very simple terms.
So if you have to create a list of important checklist of documents, what would that list look like and what are some of the key documents that people should have?
The first thing that a nominee should do is probably intimate the life insurance company from where the policy has been taken. Secondly, take a claim settlement form and fill in the relevant details. So the details that will be required or the documents that will be required would be death certificate, cremation certificate. If there's an accident by which the death has happened, then probably an FIR or a post-mortem report as it may be relevant, and the nominee KYC details, bank account details where the transfer has to be done, the funds has to be transferred, and that's about it. With that, it should be fairly simple for a claimant to get the claim.
So there might be a significant time lag in terms of when people file or claim insurance versus when they end up getting the benefits. So is there something that people can take care of or some documentations that they can provide faster in order to reduce or narrow down that time lag?
So in simple terms, there's just one step that needs to be done and correctly, is timely intimation and filling up the form in accurate manner. If you don't skip any item in the claim form, then the life insurance claim processing should not take longer. These days, companies also offer insta claim processing, which means probably the next day or within 5 days, 7 days, companies would be willing to pay the claim as long as all the documents are in order. So we need to ensure that the documentation is done right and correct upfront.
So are there any standard policies associated with this?
So the standard policy or the philosophy that we adopt is, see, this is the moment of truth for the customer. So all our policies and processes are aligned to how to make the claims process easier and faster for the customer. And that is what we believe in and that is what we practice. So there's no standard time or date as such fixed other than the 120-day capping which is fixed by the regulator, but we try to do it ASAP.
Thank you so much for joining us, Mr. Rathore. It was a pleasure having you on the show. I hope our audiences understood how to file claims properly. It's a very important component of buying life insurance. We really hope that you never need it, but in case the need arises, then there is a proper mechanism that you need to follow in order to avail the claims that you are rightly entitled to. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you the next time.
Canara HSBC Life Insurance. Promises का partner.